boys and girls. It is a beautiful day outside. So I thought I would go on a resurrection Easter egg hunt. This Easter egg hunt is like other Easter egg hunts. You hide your eggs and then you go find them. But there is going to be something special that we put inside of each of our eggs. First, you will need 12 plastic eggs, or 1 dozen. 1 dozen is the same as 12. And I put a number on every one of my eggs. I numbered them from 1 to 12. You see? And the next thing you're going to do is look for these things that I've already found. But you can kind of find your own. I'm going to be looking for a leaf. I'm going to tell you what each of these things are about too. But first, I'm going to go in my yard and I'm going to find them. So come with me. You guys ready? Let's go! So now that you're finished with the scavenger hunt, I'm finished with the scavenger hunt, let's talk about what we found and what it has to do with Easter. So the first thing I found, it's going in my first egg, egg number 1, is a leaf. And the leaf reminds me of the very first part of our Easter story when Jesus rode into Jerusalem for the Passover feast. He rode in on a donkey. If you had a teeny tiny donkey, you could fit him inside your egg as well. But I thought the leaf is something that just about all of us can find in our yard. After Jesus' ride into Jerusalem, he asked his disciples to meet him for the Passover feast. So for that part, I went to my pantry and pulled out a piece of bread because Jesus said to the disciples after he washed their feet, he said, every time you sit down to eat, I want you, whenever you break bread, remember that my body was broken and given to you. He's talking about when he's going to die on the cross. So inside my egg number 2 is going to have a piece of bread because that's also easy to find around the house. Egg number 3, after the Passover meal, the Last Supper we call it, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane. So a garden reminded me of flowers. So I'm going to put flowers into egg number 3. And Jesus went up there and prayed. Remember, the disciples fell asleep. And then they came to arrest him. So in egg number 4, I am putting a coin because Judas betrayed his friendship with Jesus for money. Judas kissed Jesus on the cheek to show the soldiers this is the man to arrest, and he did all that to get money. Egg number 5, I found a rubber band in my house and I cut it in half, and I'm going to put that into my egg because this rubber band reminds me of a whip, because this is a sad part in the story, the Easter story. They hurt Jesus, they whipped him, but I know how it ends up. I know what happens in the very end, but when I think about that part of the story, it does make me sad. In egg number 6, I found a piece of grass, and I wrapped it, or a piece of straw or something I found in my yard. You could use a piece of grass, and I shape it like a circle, because it's like a crown. The soldiers put a crown of thorns on Jesus's head. That wasn't very nice either. I did find in my yard a rose bush that has sharp thorns. So it was something like this that they put on Jesus's head that I'm sure hurt his head. So then for number 7, I actually use 2 sticks, or actually 2 small pieces of mulch. You might have mulch in your yard, and they form the shape of the cross. It looks like the wooden cross that Jesus carried. He had to carry the cross on his back up to Golgotha, the hill where they hung his cross. So that is going into egg number 7. You could also use toothpicks. I'm sure you might have those around your house. And egg number 8, I put nails, because when they got up to the top of Golgotha, they put 2 nails. They put a nail in each of Jesus's hand. So I'm putting those in there. That's actually why the sign for Jesus is pointing to the palms of your hands, because we're remembering the time when the soldiers put the nails in Jesus's hands and hung him on the cross. Egg number 9. I found a stick in the yard. You can get any size stick, but if you want it to fit into your egg, you're going to need to break it down. But after Jesus died on the cross, the soldiers pierced him in the side. They poked him. So this stick reminds me of that. That's what goes in number 9. And this number 10. 1 0 is 10. I'm putting a tissue in my egg. I actually ripped a tissue in half, because before they put Jesus's body in the tomb, they wrapped his body in cloth, and then they put him inside the tomb. Then for number 11, 1 1, they rolled a stone in front of the tomb so no one could get in. It was of course larger than that, but you can find a rock around your house to put in number 11. And then the best part, the very end, egg number 12. In egg number 12, I'm leaving it empty, because there's more to the story, but that's really the last piece of our Easter story, where Mary go to the tomb to see Jesus, to see where he was buried, but the stone was rolled away and the tomb was empty. And there was an angel sitting on top of the tomb that said, "He is not here. He is risen." So that's exciting. That's good news. After that, after she saw that the tomb was empty, she ran. The Marys ran. They ran and started telling everyone. So that's exciting. And I want you to run and tell everyone. I want you to tell them about this story. And I think using Easter eggs, that's a great way to tell the story in a fun way. So now I will probably close up all these eggs and go hide them, and have my niece come and search for Easter eggs in my yard, and I can tell her about Jesus. Happy Easter, boys and girls. I sure do miss you, but I know you'll have a wonderful Easter at home with your family. God bless.